This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video games, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today, I'm going to show you how to build this awesome little micro cabin. Let's get to it. So continuing on my trend of micro bases, today we're taking a look at how to build this awesome little micro cabin here. And you can use this very easily for like a forward operating base. It has everything you need inside of it for storage, all of your crafting stations. Unfortunately, this one is so small that we had to move some stuff outside. So we have our portal outside, some of our crafting additions are also outside, and we have a tiny little attached smokehouse outside as well, because inside we have the cauldron in order to make that stuff there. And as you can see, we have a comfort level of 15, which gives us a rested buff of 22 minutes, which is a little over an entire day. So it's designed this small not only because I enjoy making the little micro bases, it's also perfect for on the side of a mountain. Building on the side of a mountain can be a little iffy because you have to like really dig into the mountain and all of that stuff if you want to make a massive base. I tried to keep this one as absolutely small as possible, so it's easy to flatten the area in which you decide to build on the side of a mountain. So we are next to a mountain right here, so we're just going to kind of fly up here. Now I'm going to be building this in creative, and I'm going to be flying around from time to time. If at any point that I'm flying, you don't have to be able to fly in order to do what I'm doing. You just need to build something to stand on in order to see where I'm building at. It's just easier and faster for me to fly in the tutorial. So we have a nice little spot right here. This is something like you want to look for, like what we have right here. We can fly around and look for some other spots here. So like right up here, this would be really ideal. However, we have an egg right there, so I don't want to interrupt that spot. But, you know, just a little area anywhere you can find that is somewhat flat is perfect for what we're going to do here. You don't want to build on where any of the rocks are. You want to find a nice little flat spot. Like right here is also really good, but we're going to build over here on this spot here because this isn't extra ideal. This is a doable spot, but it's not as good as those other spots. And I want to show you how well it'll work even on a spot that's not perfectly optimized. Now, before you start to build, you can mark your cabin out. This cabin is a 3x3. So what we're going to do is just go through here and go like this and just throw some of these down real quick so I can see. Yeah, look at that. That's going to look perfect right there. We got plenty of room. All right, so now I'm just going to tear these back up. Now we need to lay out the base. So for that, all we're going to do is take one of the long wood or logwood beams, place it down, and then we want to take a short one and we're going to attach it to the end. Then we're going to take a short one and attach it like that. And then I like to just mix these up a little bit. So like on the side of this one where I have the short one here, I'm going to put the short one over here. So I'll take that one and then I'll go like this, and then we'll go like this. And you can see how I did that. So we have the short one right here, then we have the short one right here, and then we have the short one right here. I feel like it just breaks it up a little bit because when you look at it from the outside, you can see that line there. And I just like doing that. We're going to alternate that a lot like that during this build. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's up to you however you want to do it. It's not going to affect the build other than visually if you don't want to do it like that. So for example, on the wall, like the back wall here, I alternate between them. So we're going to go like that. Then we're going to place a long one here. Then we're going to take the short one over here, place a long one on top of it, place a short one on top of it like that. So I'm going to do that through the whole thing. Once again, you don't have to do it like that. You can just go all long ones, all short ones. However you want to go about doing it is fine. Then we need to put our flooring down. Now, when you put your flooring down, you want your flooring to go on the top. This is very important that it snaps to the top of your build like this, and you'll see why here in a little bit. It's also very important that you have the ground directly underneath of it as flat as possible. We're going to hide some stuff under there later, so it's important that you follow those steps. So there we go, we got that, and we're good to go there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and make our wall. So to figure out your wall height, it's pretty simple. You're going to build until you can't build up without having to stand on something. So then we're just going to alternate back and forth until we build all the way around, but leave this spot right here for your door. So for on the front here, we're only going to stack these like this. So there we go. We can't get another one. Then we can grab our wood gate and we're going to put our wood gate right there. Now, obviously we're going to have to build up more. We're going to have to come level with the gate, but this just gives you an idea of how far you are along and how high it needs to be. So we're going one more than what we can do from just standing on the ground. Okay, and then once you have that done, it's time to stand on something or fly or however you want to do it. And we are going to build one higher all the way around. Then we are going to grab the thatch roof corner, 45 degrees, and we're going to put one of those in each of the corners. And then we're going to grab the 45-degree thatch roof and we're going to fill in our open gaps. There we go. So now our roof is almost done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come outside. And of course, you're going to have to scaffolding or do whatever you need to do to get up here to do this part of the roof. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the thatch roof ridge 26 degree and we are going to place that at this angle. So if your door is facing this way, you want it parallel with your door. Now to get the beams like I had them going down the sides, because I mean, you can leave this. You don't have to do this. What I'm going to show you next is just pure visual. So what I did in order to do that was I put the little, what is this? The 1 meters, and I put them like this. You just kind of eye it up. Okay. So you got them like that. And then you want to grab the 2 meter and it should snap right like that to that side, and then it'll snap to the other side. Now you can delete those 1 meters like that, and then you can grab the 45-degree beams and then you snap those into place like that, and then we rotate this one around and snap it into place like, well, is that the right? Hold on, let's make sure it snaps right. Okay, there it is. Now we can delete those beams in the center, and then that gets us that look there. I just like it better than the way it was with just like not having anything there. But once again, that part is pure decorative. Do it, don't do it, it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt your build either way. Now we're going to grab the stairs and we are going to snap some stairs right to the front. There we go. We have our stairs and now we can just walk right up into our base. Now comes the fun part. So let's get to placing all of this stuff. We're going to start off with our fire over here on the side. Now for this, we are going to use the brazier because the smoke from the smoke the brazier puts off does not put the brazier out. So that's why we're going to use it. This way we don't have to worry about venting any smoke. So what we're going to do is grab the 26-degree beam and we're going to, I think it was 2 down. You want to come 2 down from the top and try to get it to snap back in there. Okay, well, for some reason it's not snapping for me now when it snapped before. So if it doesn't snap for you, just eye it up like I've done here. So you can see we have our spot here where it's like the tip. You should just put the tip right between those two like that, and that should get you what you need. So then we're gonna grab our brazier. We're gonna look at that bad boy and we're just gonna put our brazier back there in the corner like that. And then we can delete this. If you did everything right, your brazier should be touching the ground and you should be fine. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to crafting. We're going to grab our cauldron and we can put our cauldron right up against it. So you can see here when I press it back, it touches it. You can see it like raises up. You want it just right to the point where right before it raises. So right like that. And then let's test it, make sure it's working. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's working. And as you can see, this place is filling up with smoke relatively fast, but we are going to fix that quickly. So next, what you want to do is grab the 1 meter beam and it should snap back like that. You see how it snapped in there? And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just get it to snap in there. And then we are going to build out like that. And what I did is I just made like a little square. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can see there. So I just made like a little square and then we're going to do the same thing. So bring it out one more and then do that. And then from that point there, bring it out again and then do that again like that. So once you have this here, the next thing you want to do is you want to grab your 2 meter beam and you want to snap it in both of those corners. That should trap that smoke in there, as you see there. it's trapped. And well, that's leftover smoke, but the majority of the smoke is trapped in there. That will eventually dissipate. And now no more smoke is getting out. And we have access to the cauldron. Now that we have that, the next thing we're going to do is work on our crafting stations. So we're going to put the workbench right in the corner like that. Double check it, make sure it's working. It's working. So now we're going to go to the tanning rack. We're going to put the tanning rack right here on the side. Smash that as far into the wall as it's going to go. Then we're going to grab our chopping block, and we should be able to fit the chopping block right up here. So just put your chopping block like that. And then we need the tool rack. So we just put the tool rack right there. And then we're going to go outside and we're going to put the adze right out here next to the wall. So just like that. There we go. And if we go back inside, we should have a crafting station maxed upgrade. So there we go. It's at 5. Okay, so now we can then in this corner here, well, when I'm done lagging from saving, go to furniture. We can push a chair back in here. So that just hides the chair, gets that out of the way. And then we're going to work on the bed. So we're going to come over here and we're going to grab the wood floor. And what we're going to do is get the wood floor. It snaps here, but you don't want it to snap. You want it down just a little lower. So what I like to do is just stand on something here. And then let's see, let's put this away and see if we can zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so what I like to do is hold shift. So when you hold shift, it's going to see how the box is on top of our little, I don't know, fireplace, whatever we're calling this here. When you hold shift, it pops up out of there. That's what you want. Then you just want to eye it back into that corner a little bit. So we're just going to go something like that. There we go. And then do that again. There we go. And then here on the ends, we're going to just snap in the little 1x1s like that. So this is going to be where we're going to put our bed and some storage. So now we need to do our other crafting station. So we're going to come over here and start on the forge. We're just going to grab the forge. We're going to put the forge all the way back in the corner. And I got a little bit of smoke popping out every now and then. If this happens, this is because we didn't get that fire far enough back. Once again, I don't know why that angle piece wasn't snapping, but for some reason it should, but for some reason it wasn't. If smoke is popping out, that's because the fire or the brazier is not far enough back in that corner, and you just have to rework this a little bit and push it back in that corner a little further. It shouldn't hurt you if one little smoke pops out every now and then. That's not a big deal. It will eventually just dissipate. So if you can't get it back there any further and you end up with a situation like what we have here, you're fine. Don't worry about it. One little cloud of smoke popping out every now and then is no big deal. Okay, so we're gonna grab our anvils. Our anvils will fit right here like that. We're gonna grab our tool rack. That's going to, of course, go right underneath of here. Then outside is where we're going to put a bunch of stuff. So we're going to grab this and put that right out back here. Then we're going to grab our big anvil. The big anvil is going to go right here on the side. Big anvil, why are you not going on the side? Is it because of this? Big anvil, go on the side. Should actually get a little bit closer. Let's go in here real quick and let's delete this. That's where you want your big anvil. And then on the back, we can place that. Now let's go back inside and replace the little anvil. There we go. I got it to place. So if you can't get that to place this close, like I have here, just move this one around a little bit out back. You should eventually be able to get them like I have them here. It took me a little bit of messing around with it, but I eventually got the spacing just right, and I was able to get them. So eventually what we have is where we can just come in here and we can get right to the forge. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our bellows and, well, we just had it there. So just kind of mess with it a little bit until it snaps. There we go, or shows up the proper color, not snaps. So there we go. We got it. We have, we're at 6. So we're missing one more. We're going to build that when we build the fire out back. I like it. It just looks better next to our little smokehouse. So now that we have all of this, now we need to do some additional furnishings. So we're going to come over here. We're going to grab our black banner. We're going to put our black banner right there. Then we can grab the throne. We can put the throne. I found this new thing where you do this. You just kind of sink it back a little bit and it makes the back of the chair look like it's black. I don't know. I like it. I think it looks cool. So we're going to do that. Now we need to place our table. So the reason we raised this up and put this as high as we did is because we're going to hide a bunch of stuff under the floor. So we're going to grab our table and line the table up with the door like this because it just looks better. Place your table down and then come back over here to your building and then place your floor back like that. And if you did everything right, you should be able to step right up on it. It should be fine. So look at that. There we go. We easily hid our table. Now we can also hide some stuff here in the middle. We're going to hide 2 chests. So we're going to come over here to our chests and we are going to put a chest right there and a chest right there and then replace our floorboards. And there we go. We have 2 chests in the floor. You can access them easy because they're sticking out the top and you can walk over them with no problem. Okay, let's do our bed now. So our bed, what we want to do, unfortunately, I couldn't fit the dragon bed in here. So you get a basic bed, but it's fine. It's all you need. Rotate it around so that the headboard is facing towards this wall here. Line up the corners like I'm lining them up here. See how I line that corner up just like that? So it's lined up with right here. That's what you want. And then you should be able to fit a normal chest right like so. And you also want to get the bed, make sure your bed's super close to the edge, otherwise you stand up in the ceiling. And then we can also come up here and place another large or a large chest right there at the headboard. And there you go. So that gives you a nice little chunk of storage in the floor and up there at the bed. Now we're near and done. We pretty much got everything. We are at 11. So now what we need to do is just go and throw our carpets in or our rugs. So we're going to come over here to the furniture. You can put these however you want. I'm just going to put the wolf one there. Then we're going to grab the big one. We're going to put the big one right there. And then you want to put this one down before you put the bed down. So I'm going to pop the bed up real quick. And remember to do this first. I always forget to do this first. So put that down and then we're just going to put the bed back. We shouldn't have any issues fitting the bed back in there. And there we go. We got the bed back in there. Okay, and now that puts us at comfort level 14. And that is because we are missing our fire out here. So for the fire out here, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our 2-meter beams and we're going to place them like that. And then place one in the front, place one like this, remove your one in the front. Now you should be able to just go like that. And then we're just going to do that. So you want them 4 high. And then from the back there, we can just snap a roof piece like that. And then on the side, that's where we're going to put our bucket. So you can put the bucket right here. And then we're going to, on the front, now you can do this on the front. You can leave it like it is now, or you can snap these pieces like this. And then you can snap your little 1 meters down there at the bottom. And then we're going to come over to our campfire. Put your campfire right there. Come over to crafting and put your cooking station there. And then you have like a little outdoor smoker so you can do your meats and stuff out here. And then I think the bucket just looks better. It just looks nice next to it like that. So there we go. Now if we go inside, you can see we have the resting or the comfort buff of 15. Now we're not done. We still need our portal. So we're going to come outside and then right here on the side of the house, we have plenty of room to place our portal like so. There we go. And that's pretty much it. All right. I just did some quick terraforming and now we have a nice little path up here and we can walk right in and there we go. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this one up there. You guys get the general idea. You know how to build it. You know how to flatten your land. I don't think I left out anything. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, or if you have any suggestions, let me know those too. If you're not subscribed and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos like this. I have a bunch of ideas for other micro builds, so if you enjoy the micro builds, if you're a fan fan of the tiny home, yeah, you don't want to miss them. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.